Hey guys, I just wanted to take a few minutes today and talk a little bit about emotional eating. I know I've noticed with some of my challengers in the past, and even with myself, I still struggle with this sometimes, that women especially tend to struggle with emotional eating sometimes. So I just wanted to talk a little bit more about it today, just because I think, I've been doing a little bit of research on it, and I think it's kind of helped me, so I just thought I would share some of the things that I've learned and that have kind of helped me, like I said, because that's what I'm about. I'm a coach and I like helping other people, especially women who are kind of struggling with some of the things that I am struggling with as well. So as you guys know, I'm not an expert. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a psychologist or anything like that. These are just some things that I think has helped me. So I just kind of wanted to share that with you guys too. So I noticed personally I notice when I have the urge to kind of emotionally eat is usually when I'm like really stressed out or if I'm bored, and that's just kind of like mindless eating. So I've become a lot more aware of it, and it's really helped me like think about, okay, do I really need this, or is this more just like emotional? So first of all, I want to talk about the difference. So emotional eating is like you have this like uncontrollable urge to just eat and eat and eat, and it can be anything. You don't necessarily crave. Well, I should say you tend to crave like unhealthy foods. So processed food, salty, high sugar type stuff. That's typically when you are emotional eating. You're just eating to kind of fill a void. It's emotional. It's not physical hunger. Is actually you have that feeling in your stomach, and you basically anything sounds good to you, and it's not like you're craving a specific thing. So with physical hunger, you can fill that need with food, and when you're done eating, you're satisfied, you're full. You don't feel the need to keep eating. So I think that's really important to kind of think about when you are like, if you are feeling stressed out, or maybe you're really happy, or maybe it's when you're really bummed out or sad. Pay attention to whether or not you're turning to food to kind of help soothe some kind of emotion, I guess. Because I think that's something that once you become more aware of it, you can control it better. So another difference between emotional and hunger, I guess real hunger, physical hunger, is emotional eating tends to come on really fast. So maybe something just happened. I know sometimes when I am with my kids and like I am just stressed out to the max, I'm like, rah, sometimes I'm like, oh, I could really use a piece of chocolate or something like, So that's kind of a silly example, but it's true. Like, I think all moms feel that way at some point. Maybe not, I don't know. Maybe I'm just the only mom who gets stressed out with their kids. But so that's like, that to me is like, oh, that's a no-brainer. Like, I don't need that. That's just, that's me trying to soothe my stress with chocolate or whatever. Physical hunger, it comes on slower, and you gradually just get hungrier and hungrier, obviously. So then, you want to eat food then. But if it's something that's just coming on really fast, and like if you're craving like a cheeseburger, or I don't know, chocolate or sugary crap, that's probably most likely going to be emotional eating. So some other things with physical hunger, you're more aware of like, what do you want to eat. You kind of think about, oh, this sounds good, or this sounds good. It's not just like an impulse, like give me something right now. And when you're physically hungry and you eat, then like there's no, like, you're satisfied. You don't feel hungry still, or you don't feel this need to keep like stuff in your face. So, and you don't feel like guilty or regret eating something. With emotional hunger, it's like you can keep like stuffing your face, and you don't really feel satisfied, I guess is the word I would say. You just feel like you need to keep, like, I don't know, kind of like binge eating, I guess. And again, this is just kind of like how I feel, and kind of what I've been researching a little bit more into it, is what I found. A lot of times people feel like powerless around food. Maybe they're around a certain thing and they're just like, oh, I just got to eat it all. And they can't stop after a couple cookies or something like that. So sometimes I think people just eat to stuff some kind of feeling away. Maybe they don't want to feel something, so they eat something, and they just want to change how they feel, basically, is kind of what emotional eating is, from what I understand. So again, so I think just by being more aware of, is this a feeling that I'm trying to get rid of? If it's some kind of feeling that you're trying to soothe or whatever, that's probably emotional eating. And it's something that we probably want to work on. Like I said, being aware of it, number one, is number one tip. I'm going to do another video to talk a little bit maybe more about, okay, how can we, we know what it is now, like how can we overcome this, or what are some tips to try and make it better. So I'll do another video about that too. But so that's all I want to talk about today. So maybe just think about kind of, over the next few days, think about times maybe when you're, maybe see if you're feeling more like impulse eating, emotional eating, or if it's actual hunger. And you want to eat, obviously, if it's real emotional, or if it's real hunger, physical hunger, you obviously need to eat. But if it's emotional, you want to try and get rid of that habit if possible. So, all right, I will talk to you guys later. Thanks.